Good morning, everybody. It's Meg from Books Off the Beaten Path, and I am going to do a tag. I'm behind on tags, so I'm trying to get 2 done this morning before I have to go into work. And then there's another one that I need to do that Jess tagged me on, and I'm excited about that one, but I need to do a little more thinking on it. Okay, so I got tagged by Philip, A Poet Reads to Write, and this is the joy and gratitude tag. And so, first off, let me just note that I am a human barometer and it is raining here in Okie Dokie, as you can see from my hair. I haven't been out in the rain, but somehow it knows, and it's just going to frizz up. So, we'll all have to deal with that. But at least we're getting rain. We've been in the middle of a drought, so that's good. Okay, so this is the joy and gratitude tag. You ready? Here we go. Name an author whose books bring you joy, or discuss a specific book that made you feel joyful. Now for that one, I'm going to use Mary Roberts Reinhardt, The Red Lamp. She is my favorite author, Mary Roberts Reinhardt. I would say after the Brontes. I mean, it's so hard to pick a favorite. You know, like if you were on a desert island and that kind of thing, you only had one book, I think I would just off myself because I could never pick one book. But this book brings me joy because I have read it so many times, and every time I read it, it shows me something new, and I just love the atmosphere of it. And, you know, I'm a sucker for a ghost story, and it's just, every time I see it, I have 2 or 3 different copies of it, I just go, oh, I love that book so much. So I'm going to go with Mary Roberts Reinhardt, The Red Lamp, and I'm also going to go with Mary Roberts Reinhardt as being a joyful, because like every time I see one of her books that I don't have, that gives me a very joyful experience, and of course I buy it. So I'll put that down. Discuss something about Booktube that you find joyful. Well, it's community. I mean, I think everybody I've seen at least has mentioned the same thing. I love the community. I feel like I have made friends, and I feel like there's people out there that get me, and that's important. And so yay, Booktube. Go Booktube. Okay, third question. Discuss a book that focuses primarily on friendship. Well, I'm going to do 2 on this, and one of them is my own, of my own devising. Okay, now let's see here. Where did it go? Oh, it's right here. Okay, so Cherry Ames, my Cherry Ames series that I love so much and everything like that, she always has a very strong group of friends that stick up for each other and cover for each other on shifts in the hospital and everything like that. And she's always got a group of very loyal, good friends with her. And it makes me envious. I mean, I've got some fantastic friends that I am blessed with. And, you know, but it's a small group, and we're getting older, and we meet once a month to get together, and, you know, we walk, or I walk with my friend Diane every Sunday and try to do that and everything. And then, of course, I have my writer friends like Michelle and Rob and John and Brian and Sarah, and we all get together twice a month to go over the stories that we're writing and everything. But Cherry Ames, I'm going to use as my book for friendship, because she is blessed with a group of diehard friends that no matter where she goes in the world, somehow they turn up. So that's my pick for friendship. And I'm going to pick another one here, and because I want to tell you this story. It's really me wanting to just tell a story. So this book, The Secret of Crickley Hall, I never read, and I will never read because it's about child abuse. But my friend Jane on Instagram, she was posting that she was reading this book, and that she was really getting creeped out by it and everything like that. And it looks like a ghost story, and I was all excited about it, and so I ordered it. And then I posted on Instagram, like, surprise, look what I got and everything. And Jane reached out to me that day and said, do not read this book. I know how you are with books about children in peril, and this book is a tough one. Do not read this book. And I was so moved by that. I was so touched by that. Here's this woman that I probably will never meet. Maybe one day I'll get to Scotland. Maybe one day she'll get to Oklahoma, though God knows why. But the fact that she reached out to me and was like, no, don't do it. I know your taste, and this isn't going to be a good experience for you. And so I associate that book with friendship. So the scary child abuse book I associate with friendship. Okay. Discuss an author or a specific book that makes you laugh. Now, I don't know that I've discussed him before, but he is one of my all-time favorite authors, and that is Bill Bryson. And this one here is The Road to Little Dribbling. And Bill Bryson always makes me laugh out loud. And I've read all of his books, everything. I've read A Walk in the Woods. I've read In a Sunburnt Country. I've read The Road to Little Dribbling. I've read, what's the one, I'm Not From Here Myself, or something like that. I read the one about the big, heavy, sciencey one, the one about the house and everything like that. And he's just a master. He is a master at taking those ordinary moments and making you laugh. And if you haven't read any Bill Bryson, I would strongly recommend Bill Bryson. Strongly recommend. He's very, very funny. Okay. And also, I have to say that I found these two Gothics very funny. They weren't meant to be, but they were so outrageous. I kind of like reading a Gothic that is just stupid. I mean, silly. That is just silly, and it makes me laugh. So I had to throw in just a couple, because, you know, sometimes you run across those Gothics that are really good, and you're like creeping up the stairs with the candle, and you're all in, everything like that. And other times you read those Gothics where you're like, oh my God, I can't believe someone wrote this book. So anyway, had to throw those in there. But really, Bill Bryson makes me laugh. Okay. Discuss a book where the idea of community is important. Okay, Monica Ferris. I don't know if I've discussed her either, but this is a little cozy mystery series that I love, and I'm trying to collect all the books on this one. These are hard to find. And this is about a woman, and her name is Betsy, and she lives in Minnesota, and she owns a cross-stitch store. Well, you guys know how much I love cross-stitch. Well, it's not just a cross-stitch store. It's cross-stitch, and it's knitting, and it's needlepoint, and it's all that kind of stuff. And there's a group of people there called the Monday Club. And the Monday Club, and of course they solve mysteries and everything. That's the whole point. It's a little cozy mystery series. But the Monday Club comes in every Monday with what they're working on. And with what piece of fiber arts. I won't call it craft, because that is too much. First off, I associate, when you say I'm a crafter, with someone who does like little kindergarten things and everything like that. Or I associate it with someone who does big, like builds a boat, you know, or anything like that. I don't do any of those things. I am a fiber arts artist. And so she has these people in the Monday group, and they come in and they do their fiber arts, and they do their needlepoint, or their cross stitch, or their knitting, or their crocheting. And it's a real sense of community for me, because I don't have a lot of friends. I have some friends, but I don't have a lot of friends who do anything like that. And so this book is all about community, and about who's hanging out at the store and who's working at the store and everything. And I love this community. So I'm going to use that one, Monica Ferris, for a community is important. Discuss a communal reading experience that you have had. Well, the only one that I can come up with is, as I mentioned earlier, every other week I go to creative writing group. And that consists of John, Brian, Rob, Michelle, Sarah, and myself. And we have an amazing time. And we all write, some of us write nonfiction, some of us write fiction, most of us write fiction. But we have an amazing time. And we read each other's stories, and we critique them, and we talk about just the whole craft of writing. Oop, I said craft. The whole art of writing. And that is going to be, I'm going to use that for my communal reading experience. We're not all reading the same thing, but we get together to read what we have created. And it's a lot of fun. Okay. Gratitude. Name a book in which a character demonstrates real gratitude, or name a book that left you feeling a sense of gratitude. This one I got down in spades. This is my favorite Emily Loring book, and it is called Keepers of the Faith. Excuse me. And Nan Barton works in Washington, D.C. during World War II. And this book just made me feel so patriotic and so grateful to the men and women of World War II. It really did. And Nan is a secretary. And I also felt grateful to Nan because not only was she getting her secretarial work done, which I'm an EA, so I'm a secretary. Not only was she getting that done to support the commanders and everything like that, but she did a lot of volunteer work for the war effort. And God, it just really did make me feel grateful for that generation. And I'm going to hold up another book that I'm going to put in that category. This one is Children's Wartime Adventure Novels. This is the one that I reviewed. And I hope that she's doing well with it because it really is a wonderful book. But it also really gives you a sense of gratitude for what even the authors during World War II were trying to impart to the younger generation about commitment and patriotism, not nationalism. You know, patriotism in its most elevated, almost holy form. Both of those books gave me that sense of gratitude. Gratitude of being a red-blooded American and having people that came before me and sacrificed for me. So anyway, that is my joy and gratitude tag. And I want to put it out there that I have such joy and gratitude for everybody on Booktube who's been tagging me, who has subscribed, who's letting me review their books. I really appreciate it. And I guess I don't have anything else to say this morning, but I got that tag done, and I think I'm going to do one more this morning before I go into work, and I will check you later.